Hello, how are you?
Hi, Patricia. Hi, Chuck.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey there. So we're just getting started here. I see that we have someone who's actually called in that's going to join, but I want to first take a moment to welcome everybody. And right now, if you're able to tweet and let everybody know that we've started, that would be awesome. We're using the hashtag Newark Business Hub as well as the hashtag Let's Grow Power Hour. How's everybody doing today?
I'm great. How are you?
That's good. Good. I'm doing good. How about you, Chuck? I know we just finished chit-chatting for a quick second.
I'm great. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can. There is a little bit of feedback that I'm getting. I'm trying to figure out. Let's see. Everybody's good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So just, to go over a quick couple of things. As you can see on the right-hand side, there are people that will be able to speak and say hello. Kimberly said hi. I think Jeff has just said, you guys can see that, right?
Uh-huh. Yep.
Okay, cool. So what we're going to do is just keep it going. We're going to talk about what we're up to. Everybody that's tuning in, if you like what's being said, if you like what you're hearing, use those little hands on the side on the bottom right. And that gives you claps and praise. And that also encourages other people to do the same thing so that we can increase our ranking with our Blab sessions.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. You guys want to test it out for a second?
Yeah. This is my first time using Blab, even though
it's a really, really powerful platform to engage people, have conversations, and just expand your network. So I'm thinking that the class mean that everyone can hear us pretty much, and then we're all set to go. So what will happen is that there's three of us. It's myself, Chuck, and Patricia. And people may want to chime in to have a conversation, to answer some questions, or to just be a part of the conversation. And we have someone that's on hold right now. We're going to bring them in. But first, I want to take a quick moment to talk about what we're here for and why we're here. So this is a sponsored program that is sponsored from the Newark Business Hub through Rutgers CUEED at the Rutgers Business School. And this is our first initial inaugural launch of this particular session that will be happening at least once monthly. We're going to engage you. We're going to inform you. We're going to inspire you. We're going to keep it real. And we're going to just lay some really awesome foundations for success and advancement for small business owners. Now, Patricia, I just noticed that you went blank. Is everything okay on your end? We may have lost her, but she may be calling back in. So we're gonna keep it going.
All right.
So, hello, Patricia? Huh. Okay. Wait, hold on. She's coming back in. So what I'm going to be doing is multitasking as a host. People will be speaking. People will want to come in. And when there's some issues that we have to address, then I'll also be doing that. So I'll, just like your average entrepreneurs, I'll be wearing many hats. And on the top there, you can see that right now we have 82 people that are chiming in or at least listening to what we're going to say. So let's get started. So everyone, I mentioned to you what the hashtags are. This is an introduction of what we're going to do on a monthly basis, engaging small business owners. Every month, we'll have an opportunity to have a new topic with a new set of people that have some fresh ideas and information that they want to share to inspire and to uplift, right? So one thing that we have in common as small business owners, Chuck and Patricia, is that we're all graduates of the EPI program, right? Yes. Right. Awesome. Awesome. So I'm going to let you guys talk about that a little bit more. But my name is Tamara Fleming. I am the host. I am co-founder of FEMWORKS, which is a multicultural marketing communications agency. We are based out of Newark, New Jersey, but we work globally, right? And I'm also a professional portrait photographer, as well as a creator of a really awesome program that is teaching women and girls how to use the camera, how to be empowered, and how to make moves. Chuck, I would love to introduce you. And I've heard so many great things about you, mainly from my good friend, Jeff Billingsley. But one of the best things, and if your ear, nose, or whatever is itching, is because there's so many awesome things that's always being said about you. And and they're not getting paid for it.
Right.
But always, as being the founder of allhiphop.com, really making a milestone move right there. Because back in the late 90s, I think, you were the one that took this to another platform where content and information was going to a website that was fueling and actually feeding people that were hungry, but at the same time starting to really get an understanding of how they're going to receive news and information and access to what's going on. So you really carved out a really niche area. So we want to be able to have you guys explain what you're doing, how you did it, why you did it, and then what some of the things that you guys are noticing that has to change in order for you to stay on top of your game. So that next level conversation. We'll come back to you, Chuck. Patricia, you're all set with, what is it, Best Kept Secrets Entertainment radio station. So this is like a no-brainer for you. You've been interviewing, you've had tons of people who've come into your space to interview, really holding it down, sis. We give you real mad accolades for what you're doing. We really want to know from you some of your strategies. And you said best kept secrets, but we hope that you don't keep all of your success a secret, and you share with us what you did and what motivated you to do what you're doing, and how are you doing it, and how are you staying fresh with your content. So Chuck, let's come back to you. I wanted to start off with some standard questions, and I'm going to come in to ask Patricia as well too. Advice for entrepreneurs with a little story of why you filled the gap that was there with starting allhiphop.com. Let's hear from you.
Well, why I started All Hip Hop is pretty basic. I mean, I was trying to write for magazines at the time, specifically The Source, which was a dream of mine. And I'm from Delaware originally, and I was having a really difficult time getting in that circle, in that industry. And the same goes with pretty much every other magazine, such as Double XL and Vibe and all those. And essentially, as I was writing for a bunch of independent magazines, I just felt the internet was the best way to go to serve as a calling card for me, and to also be global. Honestly, it was a global play from the very beginning. And I partnered up with my friend Greg Watkins, and we both had a skill set that allowed us to take things to the next level. So we were doing wireless news and content delivery in, the 90s, and really exploded into the 2000s. And we maintained our independence. So a lot of businesses were that were heavily funded at that time ultimately went bust. And we were able to survive through all of that. And we're still here. So, I mean, as far as, for any new or young entrepreneur, I would encourage them to think 5 years ahead, or at least a couple years ahead. I would not suggest that they jump into the deep waters of a competitive landscape like this, unless you're really, unless you've really studied the landscape at great lengths, have your team and your funding right, and then I would discourage it. I really do believe in blue oceans, and I think that's one of the reasons why All Hip Hop is around to this day.
Okay, all right. Well, that's some really great information there. I talked about EPI program, but we really didn't go into what it is, because I think it fits as a great missing piece or a support piece to how you've been able to think about your next steps as a business owner. And I know that a lot of people don't understand what EPI is because we're using it as an acronym, but it's the Entrepreneur Pioneer Initiative. And with that, what attracted me as a former fellow or current fellow, I guess I'm always going to be a fellow of the program, is that it was designed to help first generation entrepreneurs. So people that didn't necessarily have mom and dad or cousin to formally go to and ask them, how do you run a business? What do I do? How do I do this? You know, so this particular program, it answered so many questions on what do I do if I've never done it? And a lot of us need to see things from people that are around us in order to see how it works. You know, just to kind of go back on that, if you look at African-American president, now this is giving so much inspiration and hope for other young brown kids to see that they actually can do it. And the same sense with EPI program, knowing that there wasn't a person in our families to get some information from, and we are those pioneers. We now have a program, a 9-month, very competitive program in which we can get the information that we need to fuel and to take our businesses to the next step. And so can you share with us like what the EPI program did for you and how it helped you with making some decisions on where you're taking your business and how you're getting there?
Yeah, well, I joined EPI. You know, All Hip Hop is a legacy brand, and we've been around for long. Our company was the oldest company in the EPI program that I was in, and it's crazy because most, you know, people, you know, after a couple years, you're trying to figure it out. Well, All Hip Hop had already been through all those rigors business-wise. But for me personally, it was important that I not only have an understanding of business and a deeper understanding, I should say, of business. And that's part of what I think has caused some of the issues, perhaps. We've entrusted people to do certain things, and unfortunately, they may or may not have done a good job. So for me, I wanted to get to reacquaint myself with business in a deeper manner so that I can reestablish some things and also have a deeper knowledge intimately to have more checks and balances when you do entrust people with jobs and duties. And also just to brush up, you know, for me, it was a very aggressive, rigorous brushing up, you know. Yeah. And, you know, your education should never stop. You know, that's the one thing. So I learned a whole lot on my own, I might add, in the beginning of my career with All Hip Hop. And then as you go along, you kind of get in that middle space and you get a little soft, so to speak. You know, and I felt like EPI was a very aggressive training program to get you back in shape.
Right. Okay. All right. So Patricia, there is a EPI program, but then there's also the Newark Business Hub, and you and I will be going through this program together. There's a distinction between the EPI program as well as the Newark Business Hub, but at the same time, they work together in that it provides you with a whole network full of opportunity. And a lot of what's coming out of it is the opportunity to collaborate with people of the same like industries and ways for us to like accelerate our businesses, our collaborations together, taking it to the next level. And with the EPI program, which is a 9-month program, you have the Newark Business Hub, which is 5 months, but it's not to be thought of 5 months and it's kind of, you know, dusting of snow. We're talking about really going hard and heavy and surrounding ourselves with other people that we can really take our businesses to the next level and to make it faster, stronger, better, as well as the key word, the best word out there is the P word, which is profitable. So, Patricia, I'm really excited about this. We're going to be starting our first class tomorrow, so I hope you're ready. And just wanted to have you take a moment to talk about what you're looking forward to learning from this particular program and how it will help Best Kept Radio, the secrets there, how do you promote them? How do you collaborate with others? Tell us what you envision for getting out of the Newark Business Hub.
Well, I definitely want to just go back a minute to your initial question when you first came on and introduced me. Best Kept Secrets Entertainment. We started in 2008. We've added on BKS One Radio, and it was born out of my partner and I, Norman Bradley, really a vision that he had, and we've worked together in entertainment for many years, of bringing to light, providing a platform for people that don't have a voice. They have all the talent in the world. I mean, it could be anything from education to politics to entertainment, but just having a platform where they could be heard. So we were kind of the first out of the gate in 2008 with a webcast. And actually, we started with audio and we came to webcasts. And so we've evolved and we've built. And with EPI, you know, just that program, I can't give it enough accolades. And really, being a part of EPI is what's giving me the excitement about going with the moving into the aspect of the Newark Business Hub, the collaborations, the relationships you build, just the exchange of information and ideas and the excitement of it, and being around a group of people that we all have businesses. We all have challenges in those businesses. Some of us, there's great solutions. There's power in collaboration. And just being around like-minded people, there's an energy, a synergy that's there that just inspires you. And so, you know, one of the best 9 months of my life was when I was involved in EPI4. Hey, EPI4. And the things that I got from that, you know, when you first start your business, you're in it every day, you're running hard, and you're doing all these things to expand your business. Mm-hmm. And then sometimes you can hit a plateau where you're not really focusing on how to grow it, and just because you're so busy being in the business, working it. And that's what I love about EPI. It allowed me to step outside of it, help put a plan together along with the incredible people that I work with in this company, our team, and kind of help get our direction where it needs to go, and learn how to you know, our margins. Some of those things are you just working. Are you making it profitable? Are you monetizing? Are you pricing your services correctly? Things like that sometimes weren't always built on really solid information as opposed to what we thought. So EPI kind of put the apples and oranges to that for us.
All right. Oranges. I hear that. I think that's a way to describe out of that program. What you're looking forward to get out of this new opportunity with the Newark Business Hub. I'm going to bring in another fellow, a future fellow of ours, and she has a styling and branding agency, and it's based out of the Newark, New Jersey area. I want to bring her in, and I know that she has some information that she wants to share too. And I also encourage anyone else that is looking to chime in. This is all about sharing your wealth of knowledge, sharing some of your best practices as an organization, and even getting vulnerable to a part where we want to say, what do we need help with? Because if we have so many people right now that are listening and tuning in, and you need to say what you want or what you need to fill in a gap, then definitely don't be afraid to, or hesitate, I would say. Don't hesitate to say what it is. And then further along that line, down the line, I'm going to ask a couple of other questions and just giving you guys some time to think about what it is that you want to share for how you took a challenge that you have within your business, and then how you solved that particular challenge. Also learning what's your next level. What are you doing this 2016 that's going to make some stuff happen, shift some mountains, move some stuff, employ people, encourage people, inspire people, all of that. We want to know what's coming down the pipeline for you. And right now I'm just going to bring in one of our new fellows. And then we also I see that Simi wants to join us as well too. Hello. Hi, NKUU Styling. Hello, can you hear me?
See, they're trying to get on.
Let's see. I'm going to put her on pause until we figured it out. And you know what? It's always something, you know, with technology is never concrete. It never goes the way we want it to go. But yeah, you know, and that's just like, I guess you can throw everything back. Just as an entrepreneur, you wrote a business plan, you had an idea, and guess what? Someone gave you a curveball or something happened. And what you have to do instead of giving up is, you know, see what else is out there, what other alternatives you have to start considering. So let me see. I'm going to bring Simi in. I know that he has some great information to share. And just to start out with who you are and what you do. Let's see. There's another black screen. Hi, Simi.
Yeah, what's good with y'all? How y'all doing?
We're good.
What up,
How
bro?
are you?
What's good, bro? All right.
What up?
You know what I'm saying? I'm just excited to be part of this hub and everything. And you know what I'm saying? Just get this media where Newark need to be and everything, especially with this snowstorm and everything. I feel a platform like this is what we need as far as like with the Newark Business Hub and everything. You know, I see I got my brother Truck right there, allhiphop.com. I got my sister Tamara right there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just an exciting time in Newark as far as like us coming together and really following up on some of the stuff that we already talked about. You know what I'm saying? It's good to talk about it at a lot of these events that we done went through, but it's good to follow up on it. And this is this right here. You know what I'm saying? Newark Business Hub.
Right. Okay. So, Simi, let me take a moment to talk about one thing, like your focus in areas in journalism and media, making sure that content and information is out there. And uniquely, the way you're a part of this particular hub that we have that's starting tomorrow is that you're going to be surrounded by other people with like minds that are doing the same thing. So we have goals, we have things that we want to focus on to make sure that that we start out with a level of understanding of what it is that our business needs to take it to the next level. So that's what I'm always going to keep pushing back into the conversation, is elevating our businesses, taking it to the next level, and using the resources that you'll get with the Newark Business Hub in order to do that. And also, like I said, too, the collaboration, that part of knowing that someone does something that's similar or different that you can use as a way to level the playing field, knock down some doors, getting more contracts, being taken into consideration when there is opportunities that lead to more financial benefit at the table. So those are the kind of things that I want to make sure that people know, that this is what one of the things that the hub is about, is in making sure that we not only collaborate, but we're collaborating for a purpose, we're collaborating for a reason, right? And so you guys, Patricia and Simi, you guys have joined our team as a fellow, and with that, you get an opportunity to really get some sound advice and structure to really know how these resources that's coming from the institution is really going to help us out. But my question to you, because like, get on with it, Tamara, ask the question. What are you most excited about with regards to collaborating with others?
Well, honestly, knowledge, you know what I'm saying? My knowledge of moving forward, you know what I'm saying? As far as like collaborating with others, I always figure that, you know, we are in the same business. So if we are in the same business, like minds think alike, like great minds think alike. I'm surrounded by great minds. So if we can come together, you know what I'm saying, and put something great out, you know what I'm saying? That's my overall ambition for this whole thing as far as the Newark Business Hub. Everybody know that when it comes down to Newark, I'm Newark all day. You know what I'm saying? It's that brick for me. You know what I'm saying? And you know, you got to stack bricks to make a strong foundation. And that's what I see the Newark Business Hub as, a strong foundation of us coming together with ideas. You know, between photographers, between other videographers, or between other websites such as allhiphop.com, or such as you as far as in photography, that only inspires me to be greater, you know what I'm saying, and keep working harder. You know, a lot of times when it comes to people in Newark, we have to go to other places to kind of get that support when it comes to media. If we go to school for media, we have to get a job in New York. You know what I'm saying? So now what we trying to do is bring all that media exposure and that attention back to Newark. You know what I'm saying? And that's my whole purpose about being part of this media hub. And you know what I'm saying, being part of this business hub is bring it back to Newark. Let's stop sending all our resources elsewhere to represent Newark, and get some good people here in Newark to represent Newark as far as business and media. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know I'm a tech head. You know what I'm saying? No matter what I do as far as with entertainment, photography, I'm a tech head. So why is it not a platform for people like me? But you know, when I was contracted, or when I was asked to be part of this by Karen, or by Kim, or by Tamara, or by Jeff, you know what I'm saying? My whole thing about this, of being part of this, was, you know, bring it back to Newark. Bring it back to a point where we have a platform to, you know, do something good, to do a fellowship, to do something good.
Okay.
So that's my intake. You know what I'm saying? As far as and my expectations is to build something great, something that is never done in an urban setting. You know what I'm saying? Usually, you know, when things like this is done in Silicon Valley. No, we're gonna do this in Newark.
Okay.
We're gonna do this in Newark.
I hear you. That was a great response. Thank you so much. So, Simi, thank you for taking a moment to chime in. I'm going to let the doors open for another person that wants to join us. And stay tuned. Still, you know, stay on board.
You got it.
Text any questions or answers that you have. It was good.
No, I see y'all tomorrow. All questions be answered tomorrow. So you already know.
Okay. Thank you.
You got it.
Okay.
Tamara, I just wanted to say what else was exciting about what Simi said is, you know, being on the initial, the ground floor of this, and the collaboration, the things we're going to work on, that it very well may be the template for other communities to do this. And that's also like very exciting. Like once it's successful here, you know, who knows where this may go and who it may help.
That's a beautiful response there. I love the way you think, definitely, because, you know, it's about being a pioneer for something, or seeing an opportunity for something that can pick up and be global. And this definitely is something that's needed to feed the minds of creative entrepreneurs, and to make sure that they have the same type of access to resources that will take their business to global heights, going to think about different ways in which they can do business with each other and one another. Definitely is something that we need. Chuck, I want to ask you, we talked a little bit later offline, but you had some really good stuff coming down the pipeline for 2016. And I just really am looking forward to hearing about it. I know everything you can't reveal to us, but what you can reveal, please reveal, because we are itching to know what's going on with Chuck Creekmur and allhiphop.com. What's coming down the pipeline for you?
Well, we were blessed. Well, blessed, but also fortunate. And we recently entered into a new deal with Monster Products, which, as you all know, was the technology behind Beats by Dre. So they're a full-fledged lifestyle brand. And we entered into a deal with them. We announced the deal at CES earlier this month in Vegas.
Yay!
And so it's going to be an awesome situation. I think it's a game-changing deal where we'll see. It's an e-commerce play, which is somewhat new for all hip hop, but not foreign as far as our knowledge of it. And also, we'll see some branded products. So our logo will be on some headphones and some boom boxes.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, Monster has a new line called the Monster Blaster, and it's the reimagining of the boombox from back in the day. So they're reintroducing that. Shaq is on board. you know, so it's gonna, you know, we were hanging out with Shaq out in Vegas, like,
Wow.
who does that? You know what I mean? So, you know, it's cool. I got in the middle of a little argument between Magic and Shaq, who was the greatest 1-2 punch. Shaq swore it's him and Kobe, Magic, Kareem, and him. So it was great. But I say all that to say this, you know, all hip hop's been in business for well over a decade. And, you know, really it's been 17 years to keep it real. Mm-hmm. And that's a remarkable feat. But our culture has been very closed as a company, very, you know, very into our own thing. But now we're very much now into, you know, this idea, like the hub, that we can work together, and there's a lot more information to be shared and transmitted amongst each other, information and business and wealth growing and cooperative economics and all of that. Mm-hmm. And it's a whole new generation of people with fresh ideas, where I think when we came into the game, no one had fresh ideas. We were the fresh idea. Right. And I think now it's a whole different, you know, my man, Ryan Hickman, well, I'm sure we'll get into different technologies, but a good friend of mine, Ryan Hickman, he's the CTO of a company called MeV. Mm. And we'll talk about it a little more later, but we're talking to them about doing some incredible things. And he's a young African-American brother, and he's doing incredible things. Mm-hmm. And I think we're all, you know, we're all capable of that. But we just need to share and help one another.
Okay. I like where you're going, that, you know, you've been in business for so long, and you fill the gaps and fill the voids and for problems, and you come up with solutions for different things, which is amazing. And what you started out with being a little bit inwards and really working closely with the team, you're now looking at the beauty of expansion through being a little bit more transparent with content and information, and allowing this kind of like open door policy where I can share, I can give, because I know I'm going to get back what I'm putting out there. And that's going to lead me to some conversations about being able to, people that are looking at you and what you're doing, as well as you, Patricia, people that are looking at what you guys are creating, what you've done all this time. Sometimes people can think of, oh, wow, they just must have it. They got some secret, you know, some best kept secret, or right. And they don't know what it is that they can do to take their, you know, idea from just an idea to being able to see it come to fruition. There's a lot of dreamers out there in this world that just simply dream because they think that there's something that they don't have in order to take it to the next platform and open up doors of opportunities. But I definitely believe that you guys both have some information that you want to share as far as pushing through some of the, I would say, mental cobwebs that people have, and probably even from being in a silo, like I'm only going to work with me and one other person, without having this opportunity to say, guess what? I need to collaborate with some other people. It's time for me to take my idea, learn what someone else has as an idea, and see how we can solve some problems and take it just from something that can impact my local community to impacting the global world, you know. So please share with us some strategies. And Kimberly Williams, I know that she was trying to call in before. Okay, here she is. We're going to bring her in, but before I bring her in, I would like for you guys to share that information about transforming from a thought of working alone and just with a small group to collaborating with others. Answer that question right after I introduce and bring Miss Williams in. Just one moment, guys.
Okay.
Kimberly?
You know I had to get in.
Oh, I know it. It's gone in the other way. I know that. Guys, this Kimberly, everybody knows who she is.
I love those glasses.
Right? I got to put mine on. But thank you for joining us, Kim. You got us right in the middle of a response that they will share with us with the benefit of collaboration. And I think what Chuck just mentioned comes from a certain skill set of being in business for a number of years. What he's learned along the way is that a team is better than just one or two small groups of people. And it works better when you have collective minds working together. So they're going to kind of share with us a brief story of an example of how this transferred over and go from there. Patricia?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, for one, I'm a firm believer in the old adage, you help enough people get what they want, and you, in the end, will get what you want and need as well. And I think for us, in being story-oriented, being able to combine our cause-oriented marketing has been very important to us. So, you know, we did an event with the YWCA where we created a compilation of empowerment songs to help them with their cause for domestic violence. And, you know, it was a great project that brought on board, we had many people involved in the project, from Layla Hathaway to Mary J. Blige was on the project along with her sister. And it gave us an opportunity to touch the community in a big way. Collaborations like that have been great and huge for us. Our heart, we always try to tie what we're doing with something that's meaningful to us. So whether we're working in our community where we're based at, or we're reaching out to do other things across the country, we kind of put our heart in it first. And that's why we have this platform. And, you know, we say PKS One Radio is where your voice matters. And so we're looking for opportunities where, whether you're the congresswoman or whether you own the store on the corner, where we want to be able to share this platform with you and then have you come on and let's work together and collaborate. And we have a heart for small businesses. Okay. So giving small businesses a platform and a way to, you know, be like the big box stores. How can you reach your community? How can you get people to stop by your store in your town where they live? Things like that.
Okay. All right. Awesome. And just before, Chuck, you respond to that, I want to just make sure that people are tweeting. They are talking about how wonderful the Power Hour is, and they stay tuned with us, going to our Facebook page, our Twitter page. We're on Instagram, website, newarkbusinesshub.org, and our Twitter handle, NWK Business Hub. Make sure that you stay tuned. That's how you can stay engaged with what we're doing, and then also learn the schedule of our next shows and lectures and speaking engagements that will be coming down the pipeline at each and every month. So Chuck, go in with your story of awareness towards collaboration.
Well, I mean, for me, it's pretty simple. The market and technology has just caught up, and it's very fragmented. And I think that they're just different. People specialize in different things in different ways. You know, at one point, all hip hop tried to create everything. So if YouTube came out, we wanted to make our own player, or we, you know, I mean, you know, you name it, social media, everything. We wanted to make our own version of it. And it just doesn't, it's not practical. And it really takes you away from your specialty, you know. And so, you know, and even in simple content creation, you know, we're developing partnerships with different people who specialize in that type of content. Mm-hmm. And so I just believe firmly that we can work together and complement one another, and then it just advances everybody's movement all together. You know, I mean, a few years ago, the Monster deal wouldn't have happened because we would have said, "Hey, we're gonna make headphones." You know, it's just ridiculous. You know what I mean? I mean, nowadays it's just, you know, we've really devoted ourselves to being the best all hip hop we can be, mm-hmm. and not the best what someone else can be. Mm-hmm. They can complement what we do, and we can work together.
Love it.
So,
Working together. Speaking of that, I want to segue into our next seat filler is Miss Kimberly Williams. Kimberly Williams of FEMWORKS, and also the newest, awesomest curator of the Global Shapers, which is a really awesome program that's global and has the ability to really transform the Newark community in some monumental ways. I want her to take a moment to share what's on her mind and introduce any new upcoming events and things that we need to keep on our radar, as well as just share with us some things about the Newark Business Hub that she is excited about and exploring her next level goals and opportunities and things in her pipeline. Welcome.
Wow, this is a hot seat, Tamara. That was quite the introduction. First, I want to say thank you, and I want to give a big shout out to all of the global shapers that are online right now. I gave them less than 24 hours notice, and there has to be at least 10 of them on this conversation right now. Hey, Global Shapers Newark. So, and I think it's a great example of collaboration, because what we intend to do with the Global Shapers, which are young, extremely motivated, extremely accomplished people, leaders in Newark that are in their 20s, their first project, their first community-oriented project will be focused on the Newark Business Hub. So can you imagine the exposure that they will get to learn about Newark, to learn about entrepreneurship and the impact that entrepreneurship can have on the city of Newark, to just directly partner and support the entrepreneurs in the Newark Business Hub, and to possibly help us with major deals that can make the Newark Business Hub an institution in the city of Newark for many years to come. And that would be their first project. So just imagine what these young people will do, just having learned from the Newark Business Hub experience. That sole experience, I think, is going to be so monumental that it will influence what they believe they can impact, not only in Newark, but in the world. Now, we have, I believe it's 17 new global shapers in Newark, and one of them is actually a transfer from Brazil. So the global shapers are already global. Okay, already global. And it's going to be an amazing experience, and we're having our first meeting this week as well. So both Newark Business Hub and Global Shapers are beginning this week. So this is actually a really historic moment in terms of entrepreneurship and having a global impact in the city of Newark.
Absolutely. So you are, in other words, getting to know super tall. Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, I used to go sleep, but I haven't seen her in a while.
Okay, I hear you. That seems to be a rolling conversation with entrepreneurs. I think I posted something to that effect. You know, the days of snuggling and vegging out in front of the television, non-existent for the most part. Definitely. I'm going to ask you, Kim, because, you know, as we wind down, I want to make sure that this particular conversation is informative and people can walk away with something, you know, not only learning from the lessons that we've had Chuck and Patricia and yourself share. Actually, I don't know if you've expressed something that you've learned as a business owner that has shaped the way you do business now, or the way you think about doing business. As a firm that's been in existence for some time, can you take a moment to share a bit of knowledge? If you want to leave a nugget of knowledge to someone, so that they don't go down the same road, or they can really think about doing something better because they learned from someone that has been in business for a long time, what would that information, what would that piece of information be?
I would say a few things. One, I would say educate yourself up front. If you didn't go to school for business, I would say deep dive into business, the very basics. Get into Barnes and Noble and just sit down and read. Read. I did a lot of reading about HTML and technology and coding and things like that, and I didn't focus as much on the business side. Number two, I would say find a good mentor. Find someone who's been in the game, who has seen the ups and the downs and the highs and the lows, who can prepare you for what's to come. Something else I didn't have. I didn't have a mentor, and if I did, they all wanted a piece of all hip hop. And then lastly, I would say make sure this is a passion. Make sure this is something that you will do for free, something you will do till 4 a.m, wake up at 6 and go to work, or whatever you have to do. I mean, obviously take care of your health, but I would say that make sure you have that burning desire to do whatever it is you want to do, because in business, you're the intern and the CEO at the same time. And if you think otherwise, you're going to find yourself discouraged when it becomes really difficult, because it will be difficult. You can ask anybody. You can ask me. You can ask Donald Trump. You can ask anybody that's been in business in any substantial way. You understand there are extreme highs, extreme lows, and an entrepreneur is a specific type of individual, and it's a specific plight that goes with being an entrepreneur.
Okay.
And so,
okay.
Yeah.
Kimberly and then Patricia, share with me and share with everyone, over 100 people looking in right now. Give us some information that you've learned as a small business owner that helps you in what you're doing now, today, and the future.
May I pass my turn first to
sure.
Patricia?
Sure.
Thank you.
Okay, I would jump right in there. I would say I agree with what Chuck said wholeheartedly, especially from the intern to the CEO. We should put that but also a team. For us here at BKS1 Radio, there are 6 of us. We're a core team. I think we have operated in the 8 going on 9 years that we've been together seamlessly. And it's hard for that amount of people to be together working on one vision and with the same level of energy from day one. And so we've had to revitalize ourselves a few times through the process, but we've been a great core group and we keep each other going. So having a good team around you, whether it's 2, 3, or 4, having people that you know you can count on is invaluable. I would say the other thing is the transition of learning how to plan. Sometimes we were just working so hard that we didn't plan it out. We didn't think ahead. And so thinking it out 6, 12, 24 months has made a big, huge turn in our business. The other thing is staying on top of what's coming. It changes so much in the webcast world. And it's sometimes if you're switching lanes, you're juggling, trying to maintain that focus without going to too many things to get distracted, but still staying on top of what you know you need to stay competitive. Because it's transitioned so many times in this business, and we're still here. And so I think those have been pillars that have kept us in place.
Okay, and Patricia, we have a few short minutes left, but I wanted to take a quick minute to ask you about your business. What's next level for you that you would like to share with us?
Well, there's a couple of announcements that are coming shortly, but what I can share is what we're doing. We're expanding our shows that we have on BKS1 Radio. We're also launching our new website that's coming in 2 weeks. It's BKS1Radio.com, because you have to constantly be evolving. We're getting deeper into developing more content that is headed toward networks. So we're expanding what we do, but still keeping it under the same umbrella of our multimedia entertainment, and still keeping things that are close to us. Working with small businesses in urban communities is where our heart is.
Okay, beautiful. And Kimberly, I'm going to go back to you in one quick second, but I want to circle back to Patricia and Chuck and ask them about technology and what keeps them afloat, how they're using any apps that they would like to recommend any of our viewers to use that has helped them. Please share with us at least one app. And then we're going to close out with Kimberly answering her question, as well as giving us a rundown on what to expect next for a lecture series and the Power Hour. Any apps or technology that you would like to recommend to our audience, Chuck?
I swear by Hootsuite for all my social media needs. I love it. There's some others that are coming out that will actually could potentially be used in the future, but right now it's Hootsuite. I love WhatsApp, because when we're talking globally, that's the way I communicate with people globally. Okay. So if we're talking, doing big business, you can't leave the rest of the world out of the picture. And then when I'm chilling, I love Spotify. My music, it keeps me mentally stable, if you will. Right. I love music, and there's a bunch of other ones. And of course I have to shout out MeV, which is my homeboy Ryan Hickman's company, and they are streaming video. They're coming from Periscope. They're really going hard out here. But the difference, the key fundamental difference is that they have a monetization strategy for influencers and celebrities and other people with audiences. And so I'm already in love with MeV. So that's the other one. Okay, awesome. And I know that here one of the people that's shining in, Karen Brown-Stovell from For Whatever, says that she has a list of apps that she can, highly recommendable apps that she can share with us, and using them as a way to take our business to the next level. So that's great. One for me it's called Happy, and it's just a way for me to tune in, or actually tuning in to decluttering my mind and focusing. So it's a meditation app that I highly recommend to any business person that needs to just take a moment to regroup. So Kimberly Williams, going back to our original question, some things that you think that you've learned, and what it is that you would like to talk about that's in the horizon for the Newark Business Hub, as far as calendars that we can mark some dates and time.
As far as what's coming up, we have a really, really robust calendar of events for the Newark Business Hub. And these events are not just for Hub Fellows. These events are for our participants and partners and friends, and really just entrepreneurs in general that want to learn and take their business to the next level. So you're here on the Power Hour. This is our newest program. But we will have these twice a month. This is the first. The very next one will be February the 9th. The topic of that conversation is going to be about Rutgers and their new expansion into Express Newark in the Haynes building. So we're inviting some pretty high profile people from Rutgers to come and tell us all the ins and outs of what's happening at the Haynes building and how that will be an asset for creative entrepreneurs. So that's the very next one coming up. And then there's another one on February, I believe it's the 23rd. But you can always check our website and check our social media for upcoming events. But those are the Blabs. They will happen twice a month. Once a month, we will have something called a public lecture, Dissecting the Deal. Now, all of these programs are about business, right? because this Newark Business Hub and EPI is a product and program of Rutgers Business School Center for Urban Entrepreneurship. So I definitely want to say that all of this great education is powered by Rutgers Business School CUEED. The public lecture is about dissecting a business deal. So Chuck, you know we're going to be reaching out to you once you can talk about that monster deal. Because we want to know how you did it. How should we think about the deal? What kind of money are we leaving on the table? What types of partnerships are important that can make us even more strategically valuable? So we'll have very high-level entrepreneurs talk about multi-million-dollar deals and how we can begin to think about our next level deal. So that is the public lectures. Those will happen once a month. The very first public lecture will happen on February the 16th. We're very close to locking down our speaker, and trust and believe you want to be in the building on February the 16th. Now that is a live event as opposed to the Blabs, which are, as you know, online, but the public lectures will take place at Rutgers Business School. Cool. In addition to Blabs and public lectures, we will have live social events. And we're looking for partners that are creative, event producers, or what have you, where we could host social and networking and entertainment events at some of the hottest venues in Newark, in the greater Newark area. So that's what's coming up.
Good stuff. So did you answer my question?
Which, you know I get lost, Tamara. Come on,
I feel the passion, Kim. With regards to what you learned.
Oh, in terms of collaboration? What I've truly learned is that competition is old school. You know, the whole idea about, you know, in order for me to grow, somebody has to get smaller. Or I need to go stab so-and-so in the back so that I can, you know, take their little $5 contract. Or all of these notions are really so 1987. You know, what I realize is that it's all about collaboration. It's all about smart and strategic partnerships. And, you know, as I'm thinking right now, I think what I've learned can best be summarized by a graphic that Brother Jeff Billingsley shared with us, which is, you know, the hottest technologies now, like Facebook, they don't produce any content, but they're a major content platform.
Uber.
Uber, they don't own any taxis, but they're a major transportation company. How, like Airbnb, they don't own any bed. But it's all about collaboration and creating these value networks where everyone in this value chain can make money. That is what it is. That's the 21st century lesson. And I've learned it well. And the second thing I would say is ask for help. Ask for people to volunteer. Don't be afraid because you don't have any money or you don't have enough money. You'd be surprised who wants to work with you just to get experience, access to your networks, access to your knowledge, and trust and believe that is a fair exchange.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, everyone, this has been a wonderful hour and it went by so fast. It really did. Yeah. We heard a lot of amazing things from people that are making some shift happen in this world. And that's what we're here to do, is to provide you with enough information that empowers you to the next level. We want you to strongly consider being a part of our network. You can do so many things by the collaboration model, removing competition, replacing that with collaboration. Please join us on our networks. Please follow us, tweet about us, listen to what's going on. Join our lecture series because, like Kimberly mentioned, we're involved in this lineup, and it's going to be some really hot, juicy stuff, some content, some inspiration, stuff that we're trying to lay down right here that's going to get your mind straight and your budget and your dollars and your pockets nice and fat. That's what we're trying to do here. So I hope we taught you something. I hope you were inspired enough to think about your idea and taking it over to transforming it into reality. And where there's a problem, where there's a challenge, know that the Rutgers Business School, CUEED, EPI, and the Newark Business Hub is here, especially for creators with the Newark Business Hub. We are here to help you grow your business and make a dynamic impact within your community and also your world. Thank you for your time and your beautiful energy, all the props that we got, like so many props and people.
Thanks for the props.
So yes, big up on the props. We really, really appreciate this. Over 100 people tuning in, and they're still coming in at this moment. But unfortunately, we're winding down. We're going to take this to the next platform. Stay tuned. Join us. Stay with us. Keep inspired and keep all of your ideas fresh and relevant. So without further ado, thank you, Chuck Creekmur. Thank you, Patricia Collins. Thank you for everyone that has joined on in our seat. Jeff Billingsley, the man behind the scenes that did not join us and let us see his awesome face today, but we know he's here in spirit. And thank you, Kimberly Williams, for all that you do. Thank you. Have a great evening. And
thank you.
Well,
I want to say shout out to my man Mike Street out there.
Hey, Mike.
What up, Mike?
That's right. Okay, guys, have a good one. Talk to you soon.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.